Oh, just want to make sure everybody can hear me. Hey, Bobby, can you hear me on this? Bobby, can you hear me all right? Just want to know if this mic is working. If not, I'm going to pull it off. And it seems to be working. Can anybody give me a shout? Tell me this mic's working? Okay, cool, cool. Well, Jamie Harris on the Alphaboardz site today um, gave away a couple boards, and a lot of people were talking about the boards and wanted to know how to use them, how to clip them on, the whole 9 yards. First, I'm going to say that the boards come with 2 sets of clips when you purchase them. They're going to come with the red ones, which I had them in my hand here. Let me open this package up. Okay. They're going to come with the 2 red clips. 2 of these. Okay. This would be used more for striper fishing. And they also come with the Scotty clips. Okay. The black ones, you get 2 of each on each one. I use locking clips on my boards. I catfish and I use locking clips, whether we're using braid or mono. I don't like fighting the fish and the board. So a lot of people are asking how to clip them on. Well, here we got our, we were dragging some big baits this week. So, well, the first thing you're going to do is you're going to take your rod out and you're going to put your rod down. You're going to drop it down to the desired depth. Most likely, if you're catfishing, you're going to be using a dragon weight. This one happens to be a Dirty South. Or you're going to be using a slinky weight, something this style here, which is a down below, which is actually this is a sediment netum. It's basically your basic slinky weight. So you're going to wind up putting on how much line you need when you're catfishing. Here, I use 3-way swivels from Hooker Terminal Tackle, which is here. How you doing, Sharon? Then I'll run a leader. Your leader size is going to depend on whether the fish are going to be sitting in the mud or if they're going to be up feeding. I like using long leaders when they're up and active and feeding. I'll use a shorter leader when they're not active and feeding, when they're laying on the bottom. So basically, you would attach your dragon weight to your 3-way, and you're going to drop it down to your desired depth. Then you're going to take your board. Okay, there's 2 sides to each board. What we do is we have yellow locking clips on the left side of the boat and red locking clips on the right side of the boat. So basically, if you're going out on the right side of the boat, you're going to take your clip off the back, this back clip. This is going to go towards your bait. And all you do is put it through like such. I don't know if y'all can see that. I know there's lights in the way. I don't have great lighting here. Then you just clip it on. Okay. Now the other side, which I'm going to show you with the locking clip because that's what I basically have on the board right now. You're going to put that locking clip through and you're going to clip it down. So you're going to have your desired depth off the back of your board, whichever you 30 feet, whatever you're dragging. Sometimes people like to put out a little more than that. And then you're going to have your top end. So this is the clip end is always going to go towards your rod. Okay. And the way these boards are designed is wherever you have the arm towards the front, and whatever foam side is on that arm side that's up towards the front is going to be the side of the boat it's on. So if you're looking at the foam this way and your main clip is here, that's going to be the right side of the boat. Now on the left side, same scenario. Here's your clip. Here's your back clip. You're always going to want to put your main clip towards your rod, and the other clip is always going to go towards your bait. And everything depends on, I mean, if you're striper fishing, it's the same type of thing. You're going to wind up using clips like so, or you're going to be using the Scotty clips. Okay? And basically what's going to happen is when you release it, when you get a good hit, say the striper takes it, the clip's going to come loose and the board is going to go down towards the fish. The reason why we try to use locking clips a lot of times is because we can literally have another angler on the boat take off that board while you're fighting the fish. And then we're not fighting the board and the fish. And you're not taking a chance of the board going down and getting hung up and wrapped around the fish. A lot of times them blues like to roll. If you don't keep your line tight all the time, they happen to roll. Now you got line all around that blue. Now you got a board down on that blue. So now you're fighting the board and the blue. Hard time fighting everything at the same time. But that's how you use it. Anybody got any other questions? I know a lot of people are asking about it. If anybody's got any questions on how to use it, I pretty much explained it. If anybody didn't get in here late or has any other thing they want to ask, you're more than welcome to ask. And these things are the truth. I mean, you can watch my videos on my page. You can see we take them through rough water, the whole 9 yards. Drag big baits. I've dragged 5-ounce weights with 19-inch gizzard shads on these and haven't had a problem. Of course, my boards have a little bit of scratches and dents in them, but we fish a lot. But I think if these were the other phones, we would have had chunks out of them. And if you do want to use the same boards on the same side, literally all you have to do is unhook the clip, and I can turn a right side board, a left side board to a right side board, just like that. Tackle Bandit had some locking clips for a while. You really just have to look. I know Amazon has the locking clips on them as well. You just have to really just put in a search, planter board locking clips. Amazon, I don't know, I guess a couple weeks ago they had a really good sale on them. But they've gone up because I had them sitting in my cart and I didn't buy them because I already had clips, so I didn't need more. But I mean, that's how easy it is to transfer it over. I mean, if you wanted to put a different clip on, it takes 2 seconds. If you want to run, say if you're in a situation where you know you're in a heavy stump field, a lot of structure, you can't run on the right side, you got a tournament you're in, you're only allowed 8 rods, and you already got 4 planters out on the left, well, you want to put more planters out on the left side, you can do that. You just have to flip them over. That's it. And then next thing you know, you're running on the left side. But I guess that'll pretty much, what's that? What do you get? Different colors, lock clips. I've only seen the reds lately. The yellows, I'm not too sure where we got them. We got them a long time ago, and I haven't seen the yellows offered anywhere. I've only seen the reds, and I've seen the red, like I said, Tackle Bandit had them, and I also know that Amazon had them recently. But, I mean, really, that's just a preference. The lock and clip is good. And as soon as you pick up the board, you get used to knowing which way it is. I mean, these both have red clips on them, and you can tell they're for different sides of the boat because you're always going to remember your foam and your front because the way they cut through the water. See that there, the way they cut through the water? That's always where your clip's going to be. So now you're going to know that's the left side. Same thing on here. You're going to know it's the right side. But if anybody else has got any other questions, I'll be more than happy to answer them. Suspending, you can suspend all you want. Obviously, you would want to use different types of sinkers. I mean, I don't think I would use a dragon stick like this. Um, you can get the ball weights. I'm sure you've seen the balls. You can get them in a couple ounces, 2, 3 ounces. You can use the pencil weights. They work good as well. If you're suspending, I know like a lot of times if I am striper fishing, I want to have about a quarter ounce, especially fishing certain areas with the osprey. Love to tear up the live bait. When they love to tear up the live bait, I want it underneath the water so they can't get it. So I'll actually take it down with about a half ounce. And usually what I'll do is I'll run barrel um, barrel weights, and I won't use a float. I'll just use a barrel weight, and I'll tag it. I'll tag it up top, so it won't go down to my hooks. I'll put it before my swivel, so my leader's just all fresh leader for the stripers, and I'll run like a barrel swivel up towards the top, above the three-way. Actually, I won't even use a three-way if I'm going for stripers. I'll just use a two-way, and then I'll just put the barrel swivel above that. But if there's not any other questions, I think I got pretty much summed it up. I guess that about wraps it up. I appreciate everybody joining in. I appreciate everybody. Hopefully, I was able to answer some questions for the people that were asking in Jamie's live feed on the Alphaboardz. Sometimes that we happen to have a couple extras that we were running because we were running big baits over the weekend. But a lot of times we use. I like using the HTT hooker terminal tackle, their version of the Demon Dragons. Whisker britches, which I think they're out of stock now. But I don't know if you noticed on my site the other day, where we going fishing. I don't know if you noticed the other day that I just posted. James Armwood just came out with a couple new designs, which are beautiful. I think he came out with green sunfish and a carp and another one. We're probably going to be running them as well. Different times of year, I like using different stuff. Matter of fact, D is the one that tied this leader for me. We, we were running extremely big gizzard shad. So we don't do that all the time. But October, November, December, actually more November, December, especially with the warmer temps that we've had, the fish have been a little bit finicky. So we've been running a stinger in a lot of our bait. And most of the time we don't have to run stingers. Yeah, I've seen that. I've seen that a few times. What is it they drive? You won't even go fishing with me. Hell, man, it's a matter of having the time to fish with everybody. We tournament fish so much, it's hard to have time to go with everybody. We'd love to. I mean, I'd love to. I'd always love to fish with other people. I like to see what other people are doing and get their takes on things. Hard right with the peg float slid over the shank of the hook. And that was, you're just talking about a peg float? And it would have just, how did that happen? Oh, wow. I mean, I've had them. I've had the blues literally. I mean, slam and literally have here's my hook, and I'll have my float all the way up here, and I've hooked them and I've caught them where they've actually literally slammed my float in half. To the hill? Nah, I'm not interested in the hill. Yeah, I could see that. I mean, that'll happen. That'll happen. I'll tell you that when they get aggressive, you'll be surprised what they'll eat. Surprised what they'll take. Well, Next time I go live, I think I'll have a better lighting without this chandelier in your faces. It's just a last minute thing I threw together to because a lot of people were asking how to use the boards, how to put them on. I'll just go through it one more time, real quick. You always clip your. This is a locking clip that I'm using, but you always put your clip towards your rod, and this swivel clip here, which a line just floats through, that's always going to go towards your bait. On the Tugalo, I don't even want to do that. Right now, I want to be back down in Santee, and I know after this rain that just came in, I'd love to be on the Congaree right now. We got a lot going on right now, so I'm probably not going to. Well, I'm going to fish Hartwell for the striped bass challenge, and then I'll change my clips, and I'll put on the red clips. But I think the next tournament we're going to do is January 20th down in Santee. We'll do the tournament the 20th on Santee, and then we're going to head to Alabama, I believe, the weekend after. And we're going to hang out with the Breedloves and do a little bit of fishing. I believe that's the weekend we're going to go. That's not set in stone yet, but I believe that's what it is. And this weekend, Friday, Jamie K's having a special day up there. I'm going to make it a point to get up there. I got to put a water pump and I got to put U-joints on my truck tomorrow. I get that all straightened out. I'll head up to Jamie K's on Friday to see y'all. I know a few of you guys will be up there. Come up and rep the brand. But if nobody else has any other questions, I'm going to bounce off of here. Yeah, no, I'm not fishing the El Hawk one. Nah, that was just released like, 2 days ago? I'm not fishing that. I got no time to prepare for that. But I definitely will jump in there on a striped bass challenge, that's for sure. We do that every year. Tommy Richardson does a great job. It's our home lake. We very rarely fish it, but what he does for the homeless and the amount of money he puts together is just absolutely awesome. And we're all about helping out. You can see you too, bro. Hey, I don't know what happened to y'all, man. I guess you must have got busy with stuff, Matt, because I know we were talking about doing something in October. I know you were rebuilding stuff and had a lot going on. I don't know if you got back out. You've been getting back out on the water much or anything. All right, guys. Everybody have a great night. And we'll talk at y'all soon. Peace. Now I got to figure out how to shut this down.